Coming up on this episode of the Village Idiom.
I'm just measuring the solar system.
I could see God giving like the solar system a review and go, I'd give that a 1 star.
Oh no, it's 5 star. Anything God made. I'm going on record as saying anything God made is 5 stars.
Well, when I look at ours, he only did give it 1 star. So,
oh, I get it. That's stupid.
Dum dum da da, Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that every week we choose a popular saying and take an admittedly shallow, hopefully comedic, once in a while interesting, if we're lucky, educational dive into its usage, its origins, but mostly we just use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
And I am Skinny.
And today's idiom is...
Ordering every test under the sun.
That's a little elaborated on it. We're going with just under the sun because there's a lot
Under
of
the
prefixes that go with this. That was ordering every test under the sun from Grey's Anatomy.
When I was going through all this under the sun, it got me thinking of like solar system-y type
I thought you were going to
things.
say tanning beds.
No, that'd be good though. I have done that. I've done tanning beds. Yeah,
I've done tanning beds. Have you done tanning booths?
I've done the standing tan.
Have you done spray tan?
Have not.
No. I don't want to be like, lift this.
I don't want some guy coming at me with like that rolling device and like,
Is that what? They're not painting you.
I think it's kind
Is
of
there
like
a person there?
that. I don't
Isn't
know.
it just like a... Haven't you seen
like
Big
going into
Dogs with Robin Williams?
No, is this just like go into like the no touch car wash? And
Yeah,
then
it's more like... That's what I think it is.
that thing whipping you though. Like
The
I'm
the
not into
bristles?
that. That's not how I
But
roll.
what about the rainbow soap? That's fun.
the drying machine at the end?
Anyway, everything under the sun is not tanning beds. Everything under the sun, by definition, just means everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
It got me, so it gets a lot of like earthly application, but there's a lot of solar system out there.
There is a lot of solar
And
system.
and when you get in
Way more than 3.
when you start talking, well, you say way more than 3, but I bet you when
I'm just measuring the solar system.
I could see God giving like the solar system a review and go, I'd give that a 1 star.
Oh no, it's 5 star. Anything God made. I'm going on record as saying anything God made is 5 stars.
Well, when I look at ours, he only did give it 1 star. So,
Oh, I get it. That's stupid. That's actually pretty good. Did that just happen right now, or did you come prepared for that?
of course, I come prepared for these conversations.
Sometimes they're obviously prepared, and other times I'm like, that just happened because that's pretty witty. Should I be writing this down and stealing it from you?
I like that it
will I
went
get in
past
trouble
you
because
so
it's-
quickly.
Yeah, I'm like, no, it's God's creation. It's
5
5 stars,
stars.
man. Don't be an idiot.
God, 5
He's
stars
listening to you
all
right
the time. Why would he only give it 1 star? Oh yeah, there's only 1 star.
Google's always listening, so God is extra always listening. All right, if you're gonna,
It's a cosmology joke. It's a gag.
all right.
The sun, baby. It's 1 star in the
here-
system.
I came with a couple jokes today too. Then,
All right.
why is the sun not very heavy to carry?
Wait a minute. I need to think about these. Actually,
These are children's jokes, so you
Okay,
should be able to
'cause-
get this. Why is the sun not very heavy to carry?
because it's light.
It's really
Okay.
really light. How about why did the son not have to go to college and apply for jobs directly after high school?
I got nothing.
Because he's already got 1 million degrees.
There you go.
That's all I got. Those are my son jokes.
A kid asked his dad, said, "Can you explain an eclipse to me?" He said, "No, son."
That's a good one.
There you go.
Oh, the sun jokes, am I right? We need to put our book together. 101 sun jokes.
There's just
For
not
all the sun lovers
there's
out
just
there.
not
We
enough
just
dad humor out there.
Need more sun jokes.
So nothing new under. Well, so arguably that there is actually nothing new under the sun.
So
Like,
at a
so-
molecular level, there's nothing new under the sun.
What has been here has been here. There's nothing new that has not been here. We may not have discovered it yet, but it's arguably not new.
So you could argue that the one thing that could be new that has never happened before, unlikely still,
you.
is
You're special.
an idea.
Okay. Arguable in what way?
Well, there's some times where I'm like, I just thought of a great idea, and then I go to the internet, and so have 1,000 other people.
That happens all the time.
So
Well, that's kind of funny, and then you start looking at it, it's like, oh yeah, that's someone beat me to it.
Yeah.
Nothing
so
new.
that's why I say arguably is there any new ideas? I think yes, there's possible to have a new idea, but I say arguably, just in case.
So I would
for legal purposes.
So I guess the counter argument will be that if it maybe like has this picture ever been made?
He's pointing at the wall to our right.
Has this picture ever been made? And you go, well, no, that's new.
Actually an NFT, one of a kind behind us.
Sweet.
Yeah,
really cool.
It's non fungible.
You
cannot funge that.
No, many have tried.
Yeah,
many have failed.
Just how embarrassing it is it for, other artists pre-NFTs that every art they've ever made is fungible.
Oh, they must just feel terrible. I wished I'd made this
that was a new
non-fungible.
idea. That was a new idea.
Why didn't I make this fungible?
Why didn't we make this non-fungible? I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, so that, is that a new idea, or is that just stupid?
I forgot what we were talking about. Is what a new idea?
Anything.
An image or artwork.
Is that just a new idea?
Well,
or is it just a representation of other ideas?
Exactly. You could break it down that even the image behind us that we're talking about, we might have come up with the Village Idiom. We didn't even.
Even if you look close enough, it's made up of other smaller images.
Or smaller letters, or like the letter V and the letter M have been used. And even the name Village Idiom, when we looked into it, there was nothing. But we have since discovered, I think, an Australian novelty shop or something. And
yes.
There's been a few things where it's like, hey, that's us.
Yeah,
Stop it.
But it's not it's not pursued. It's like it's like a dead thing.
Yeah, we're not in trouble or anything.
No, he's not coming after our HelloFresh dollars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll keep that to ourselves. It's kind of cyclical though, right? Like the HelloFresh dollars, and then you just order your HelloFresh.
Just like there right goes, back in.
Yeah,
there goes. It's like eating your own.
You
inventory.
could just say, "We'll do this for free HelloFresh." No, they want to pay us, and then we got to buy the HelloFresh. It's stupid. But HelloFresh, dinner solved. I had a great HelloFresh. You brought it up. Had this.
Did I?
I don't know if you could smell my breath, but yeah, you said HelloFresh dollars.
Okay.
But this flatbread pizza, it was so good.
That sounds delicious.
It was great.
But, okay, so we talk about nothing new under the sun. I don't know if have you been watching this Graham Hancock series on Netflix?
What's it called?
I think it's Ancient Apocalypse.
No.
So the premise, Graham Hancock, I've been
Graham, G-R-A-M,
Graham.
All right. Does he pronounce it Graham?
Graham. Mm-hmm. Graham.
Do you
Hancock.
pronounce all? Do you say that word Graham if you just read it?
It's a graham cracker. Yep.
Oh, interesting. You're one of those.
Yep. And if you go to look for a graham cracker and it's summertime, you're gonna find that in the cookie aisle.
Do they move it?
It's in the cookie aisle. Check it out. It's not. You'd be thinking it's in the baking section. It's in the cookie aisle. Just a little tidbit. Not everything here is funny.
I thought you were going to say in the summer it's in the cookie aisle, but in the winter it's in baking.
No, it's in the cookie aisle. Anyways, this ancient civilizations. So the premise
it's in the s'mores aisle.
Is there these lost civilizations, lost technologies that went into building some of these megalithic type structures?
I do know about that. I don't know about him, but I have seen some technology that we think we discovered.
Right, and so his premise is that we're late to the game, or that there was a series of events that happened. So in explaining things like the pyramids or this place, Göbekli Tepe, in Turkey, it's like this multi-storied underground, like seemingly purposefully buried structure that they whatever carbon date, and they're like, oh, this thing's 12,000 years old, which would mean that there would have been some sort of civilization to have had the capacity, the energy to build some structure that was, oriented to the north, south, east, west, and has astrological alignments and blah, blah, blah. In this alleged hunter-gatherer era, that they would have taken the time to find like these or prepare these 7 to 10 ton, 18-foot stones, drag them to this place, quarry them, drag them. These hunter-gatherers. It would be like saying,
right,
primitive primitive cultures around the world would have taken the time to build the Empire State Building. It's like, we got other things to do,
It's
survive.
It's like in 10,000 years, they dig up NASA.
There you go.
But they only scratch the surface and they find their cafeteria and they're like, oh, it just looks like meager. This is
humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Hunter gatherers. So that's the premise. Is that this stuff is so old and so advanced that is there anything new under the sun?
Well, they have archaeologically discovered what appears to be a series of batteries.
Okay.
Like they said, what this looks like.
Who's they?
I know. Archaeologist. What this looks like is so was there electricity in some form, and what was it used for? Was it a prank? It's like, because they weren't using it to light their home, so is it like, touch this stone?
Well, there's some stuff on the pyramids were an electric structure.
Yeah, see, I think it's quite likely, quite possible.
I don't know. I'm just
now,
an
you
idiot.
mentioned a pyramid, I don't know if you said pyramid, in Turkey, and I don't want to just let that
Egypt.
go by. Oh, Egypt. You said Turkey.
But there's pyramids everywhere.
Okay. Just because...
There's a pyramid in Antarctica.
Because I don't want to be like so ignorant to not say that we, thoughts and prayers for the massive earthquake in Turkey that just happened 2 days ago. Or have you not heard about this?
No, this is like upsetting me right now.
3,000 to 6,000 people dead overnight, and numbers are climbing. We talked about ICR the other day. Or was that today? No, that was last week. And I'm wearing the same thing as I wore last week. I just realized.
Slob.
Yeah. You changed because I remembered you were wearing that tag. But massive 7.8 earthquake that has just devastated people. And so ICR is reaching out and trying to help those who have suffered losses or are surviving or are helping others in like ridiculous devastation. So you mentioned Turkey. Otherwise, I wouldn't have brought it down like this. But I don't want to mention Turkey in the wake of that.
Yeah, Turkey. So these
northern Syria.
These ancient structures, whether it's in the Amazon, all the pyramids that are there, there's pyramids all over the world.
Well, and they had that one where they discovered what looks like Fonzie's motorcycle, but it's in not Tutankhamun, but some crazy name like that. With the Kawasaki logo and the whole 9 yards. So clearly they had those things. They just, then it was like an extinct invention until it was reinvented again by the Japanese.
So is there anything new under the sun?
No. Not even Kawasaki. Tried to stay really straight-faced through that.
Wow.
But I don't know if
because you see those hieroglyphic things, like if you ever get, bored on the internet, there's like the hieroglyphs, you're like, that's a boat. That's a helicopter. Have you seen that stuff? You're like, that is most definitely a helicopter. That's a tank. That's a boat. What
are we talking? Oh, on hieroglyphics. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some of these ancient structure things. You're like, so is there anything new under the sun?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, anyways, interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. To some. Other people are like, okay. Yep.
There's a little
We're
black
good for
spot
today.
in the sun today.
I left my soul out there. It's the same old thing as yesterday.
There you go. Before we get into Origins, I have a game similar to what we played last week and the week before and the week before that, where I give you 3 possible origin stories to where Under the Sun or everything under the sun came from. And unless you already know, actually don't tell me if you already know. I'm going to give you the same things because even if you think you know, I think you'll...
Under the sun, what's your favorite planet?
Under the sun? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty fond of Earth.
People usually, Uranus and all that when the whole... But I like Saturn. It's got a nice ring to it. Continue.
Did the idiom "everything under the sun" come from? You ready? Geoffrey Chaucer.
Yes.
George Carlin.
Oh no.
Or Jesus. Now, for those of you just tuning in, these are the exact choices that I gave Skinny
Under the
last
sun.
week.
I, just from my extensive knowledge and theology training, know that they're not necessarily Jesus, but the Bible. It's in my 2 cents. There's nothing new under the sun is like straight out of Ecclesiastes. So I'm going to go with Jesus. The answer is Jesus.
Let's find out by
Said some words,
digging into the dirty
where'd they go?
and the nerdy.
Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around, I looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origin.
Not only did you choose correctly, you corrected the correctly answer. It is not Jesus, but it is the Bible. I went with Jesus, who represented the Bible in this case, just for the fun of not changing last week's names. So and more specifically, Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
I knew it was from the Bible. I don't think I could have out of thin air said Ecclesiastes. So well done.
Well,
You are more of a Christian than I am.
I guess my theology degree paid off once. Finally. There was that.
Just slightly before the student loans were paid off.
There was that moment. Yeah, it's a fascinating book. There's lots of good little nuggets in there, even for people who are
In Ecclesiastes?
just all through that part of ancient literature.
I didn't know if you meant lots of good nuggets in the Bible or lots of good nuggets in Ecclesiastes.
Proverbs. Oh, Ecclesiastes has some interesting things. Yeah, it's like there's nothing new under the sun is right out of Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, you're right. So the origins is from the Bible, but funny enough, this is one of those mistakes that a lot of people, maybe because of just how it sounds, it's poetic-ish, that a lot of people gave Shakespeare credit for this. But it doesn't take too hard of a search to find out that, no, this is directly out of Ecclesiastes. It's the other great source of idioms, the Bible. It says, what has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. So very poignant. Good little thing.
Well, and people look at that 2 ways. One being like a downer, like there's nothing new. The other part is like, we can sort this out. We can fix this. We can solve this. We can think through this. There's nothing new. Like there's not going to be some like new crazy thing that we've not thought of before. So if everything is around that has always existed, I find that fascinating. If you're like a scientist person, and you're looking for, discovery quantum things, new fields of research in science. If like the premise is that what has been has always been, we just haven't discovered it yet, then like, I don't know, it becomes a closed system. So you don't have to start going off the rails into crazy abstract.
Did you ever think to like how okay, God created the world, God created the universe, but how amazing humanity is.
I think about that
because
sure.
But it's like, actually this planet was dirt and water, and you look around, you've got like, oh, there's a Rubik's Cube, there's a wax melting lantern. Like, we just dug up dirt and made this stuff. It'd be like putting kids in a sandbox and you come back a little later. If they had even a yo-yo on a string, you'd be like, what? How did you do that? Oh, we dug up the dirt and got creative.
That's funny. It's like the Christmas time, pulling out a gift for a kid, and the toy that's inside, they're like, meh, but they love the box and all the things that go into, like, a kid can have a fantastic time with the box, as opposed to the gift that came inside the box.
Right.
New appliances. I've got some great video of my kids running around with appliance boxes, like running at each other full speed in the backyard. And it's amazing footage. More fun with a box. If you left your creativity and your imagination.
If you were like going to go on one of these alone challenges where they drop you in the middle of the woods,
cardboard box. That's what I'd bring.
But you would make a plan of things you would the things you would bring or have shipped to that location in order for you to survive.
So they're allowed to bring 10 things.
Yeah, but now remove that. Like, I'm going back to the previous thought about humanity on this earth. Remove that. Like, we didn't have these things shipped. Well, now we do. We have things shipped to us. But humanity as a whole, we didn't like, oh, this planet looks great. Now we should have libraries and schools shipped in. No, we just dug up dirt.
Well, yes. So having things like building off of other people's, like building off the backs of other people.
as a whole.
Building off the backs of other people. Like, of course. So like that moment that you were, cut yourself on a sharp rock. You're like, oh, that sharp rock could be used to cut other things. And then, so now we have knives, or now we have, and then building off of that by, did you know you just take a rock and get it chipped down to a blade, and then the next person doesn't have to go through all the drama. They just go straight to the answer and build off of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And now they have that much more experience using that tool that was only invented halfway through your life. Your kids start with, that's why kids are better at technology than all of us.
I guess theoretically.
Anyway.
Yep.
God is good.
All the time. Amen out there.
All right. So yeah, you nailed it. Ecclesiastes, and there's really not, I mean, it's an old origin story, but it really hasn't evolved or changed. The Bible tends to stay unwavering over the course of years, other than being translated into more and more languages. So it is not an idiom that has evolved or changed or had different meanings. It was written in Ecclesiastes. It carries the same meaning now, and probably will so for another 1,000 years.
Yeah. So like,
or until the Lord returns
we're
for his Christian
brought up like
children.
Quantum mechanics. It's not, our discovery of it is new, but it's not that it's new,
Right.
or how we perceive things. It's not that it didn't exist before, but just that we're finding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fun. It's like a giant treasure hunt. You're like, how deep is this?
How much? I mean, I don't know how long humans are going to remain on this planet exactly.
It's not looking good.
But like, give us another. I don't know. Let's go with the biblical. Let's go with the 6,000 year theory, just for the sake of driving people crazy. Let's go another 6,000 years.
Sure.
What will we have? Like, if you think about just our parents or grandparents and what they didn't have, like,
So-
flight isn't that old.
I'm thinking some things will go backwards, like out of necessity.
Like airplanes.
So maybe some things on transport. But I think like in particular, I don't know, it sounds a bit more like a Luddite, Amishy. The technology is not good. Like there's
Right.
parts of technology, maybe in how we use them, that are unfavorable to the human experience.
And also, don't discount the
Cell phones are the devil, is what I'm saying.
Right. Don't discount the impact of kids being rebels. So, like, literally abandoning things that we think are amazing for our culture. Nah, that's my dad's thing.
Yeah.
And they'll just change culture just because. So, yeah, you're right. Things will. I have this theory about tattoos, because when I was a kid, I mean, if you saw somebody with tattoos, they were a biker or going to hell. Right? And now,
Either.
I only know a handful of people who aren't tattooed. And so I have this theory that maybe not my kids, but the next generation will grow up sans tattoo, because they're like, what, do the thing my grandpa does?
Gross.
Yeah, that's like such an old person thing to do. Of course, it might be something totally worse, like, oh no, instead I have this javelin through my chest.
Everybody's doing it.
But, like, cultures and generations and people.
Things are so advanced that I feel like I should start life.
You see that
with
bug zapper? We had to put a bug zapper in the studio because we had a ladybug infestation. That bug zapper
Yep.
used to be just dirt.
Oh, I see. Yep. Well, all the petroleum products that went into making the plastic and the gases used to make the neon bulbs and
Dirt. Even more so. Adam. Dirt.
Yeah.
Come on.
Everything's the same.
Come
There's
on,
nothing-
somebody.
Come on, somebody. Look back. I see that hand. I can see right through that
see
screen.
that hand you're holding
I can
up?
see that hand.
Dirt.
Love your answer for everything.
The only,
you just revolutionized
the-
Sunday school. Dirt.
the only,
And so who has
only
the
person
answer?
that knew this? Joe Dirt.
For God so loved the world, he sent his only begotten son, and his
Dirt.
name Dirt. You just simplified it down. You're like too much of a naturalist.
All right. Well, what do you say?
That's good. I think life is good. We should probably get into some riddlings.
All right. Well, Riddling is a game that we like to play.
We do. We love to play it. Can't get enough of it sometimes.
Oh, it doesn't like it. You know why? Because I was silly enough to.
I don't know why. It's actually really weird for us to have a technical problem.
We should have one of those signs like at a construction site. It's like this many days since an injury. And so
it would always be 1 week.
We could have.
But we could have the sign permanently made to 1 week.
This many days since a technological issue. All right, Riddling is a game we like to play. It takes a two-part trivia-based question. It requires two-part overlapping answer, overlapped by word, syllable, word, or words, syllables, and words. So, for example, last week, now that it is working, last week we left you during the episode 214 with people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. We left you with, this young lady has lost her sheep and shouldn't throw stones. This young lady has lost her sheep and shouldn't throw stones. Any ideas on that one? You've had a week to think about it.
I'm going to go with bow people shouldn't throw stones.
That's it. Just little bow people in glass houses, actually. Okay. Little bow people in glass. So little bow peep and people in glass houses. The correct answer is little bow people in glass houses.
Perfect.
That's how you play riddle.
That's fantastic. I've got a couple. Okay, here we go. I'll go first. Australia's nickname is a nothing new idiom. Australia's nickname is a nothing new idiom.
Well, I think we all know that is down under. Down under the sun.
Yeah, we're land down under.
Yeah. Oh, land down under.
I should have thrown in some men at work.
Yeah. I was just going with down under, which still works. But.
Yes.
All right, let me give you one. Let's see, which one do I want to give you versus which one do I want to leave for everybody else? Let's go with this one. There's nothing new here but this political U2 song. There's nothing new here except this political U2 song.
Oh, I'm going to go with Under the Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
That's correct.
Oh, man. That little Martin Luther King. Nice. Early morning, April 4. Shot rings out in a Memphis guy.
I knew you'd get that.
Thank you.
I think you've worn your U2 t-shirt on here more than once.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Thank you. Okay. The ringed planet is an Ecclesiastes bird song.
You know what God's favorite planet is?
Huh.
Saturn. Does he put a ring on it?
If he liked it, he would have put a ring on it.
Oh, that's what it was. Which planet?
The ringed planet is an Ecclesiastes bird song. BYRD. As in the birds.
Okay.
As in the band, the birds.
Okay.
The ringed planet. Village Idiom children have just killed you. The ringed planet is an Ecclesiastes bird song.
I was going to go with Saturn, turn.
Yes.
Okay, I got one more, but you got to let everybody know how they can play along with us. Reach out, send us messages. If you want to tell us about your experience under the sun, that time you got sunburned, then this is how you can let us know.
Village Idiom
children.
Do we
have a phone number where people can call and leave their messages?
You can call us at 911.
Don't do that.
Say, I've got an emergency. I got a fever. And the only prescription
is the Village Idiom.
Is more Village Idiom. You can reach out to us on Instagram at the.village.idiom or email us thevillageidiompodcast@gmail.com, or whether it's the Facebooks, the YouTubes, or the Twitters at 3 Minutes Gone.
I really like how you do that. You do good things. All right. Don't say it out loud because I think you're going to get this one. Robin's nickname has nothing new here. Robin's nickname has nothing new here.
And that is 3 Minutes Gone.
Did you get that one?
I don't know how. I got Robin's nickname, I believe.
Okay, good.
And then I'm still tying in the rest.
All right. It's pretty difficult.
Okay.
It's not at all.
Okay. That means you should get it and reach out to us and let us know what you think. Well, it's fun putting today's episode together. Get back on that treadmill.
About every illegal activity under the sun.
Get back on that treadmill.
I've done about every illegal activity under the sun. That's James Franco.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Sorry, continue. I'm just having fun over here.
I'm Skinny.
I'm Jurassic Mark.
And these are the Village Idioms.
It's done.